Horrid Factbook, Horrid and its Crazy Creatures, Part 3. Strange Sea Creatures. Beach-ball-sized dumbo octopus get their name from their huge pair of fins, which looks like elephant ears. Giant clams at the bottom of the Arctic Ocean can grow to the size of suitcases and weigh more than 200 kilograms. But it takes them nearly 100 years to get that big. Starfish can turn their stomach upside down. If a starfish finishes shellfish for supper, it wraps its arm around the shell and pulls it open. Then it pushes its stomach out of its mouth, which goes inside the shell and eats the seafood. Beware Gregorapi corn in water of Southeast Asia. There is 12 and 50 centimeters killer snails are the world's most dangerous shellfish. They shoot out a deadly weapon like a sharp tooth, filling with venom strong enough to kill a human. Giant cuttlefish hide from their enemies by changing colors to blend with their backgrounds. They can even change the texture of their skin to look like rocks, sand, or seaweed. Leafy sea dragons look like seahorses in camouflage. They appear to have leaves hanging off them and sprouting out of their heads. This helps them hide in the floating seaweeds of the Australian coastline. Octopuses have 9 brains, 1 in their head and 9 in their limbs, so all of them tentacles can think for themselves. Sea cucumbers are sausage-shaped creatures that live on seabed. If they are attacked by other fish, they talk up lot of sticky thuds and while the fish tuggle, the slow-moving sea crumble escape. Decorated crabs are all camouflaged as they suckled along the ocean floor. They dress up by hanging bits of seaweed and shells on the special carved hair on their body. Limpets might look as though they never move, but every day they creep over the rock on their one big foot, scrub up food with their tongues. They can waddle up to 2 meters away, but every night they return to exactly the same place. On Christmas Island near Australia, 120 million red crabs hide away in burrows in the rainforest. Every October, they emerge and head for the sea, skirting along together like a huge red wave. They scurry over anything that gets in their way and even stop traffic. Moves, motors, and bullocks. Everyone has heard of a flock of birds or swarm of insects, but there are some really crazy names per group of animals. Check those out. It says a murder of crows will circle round, seats like battlefield and cemeteries where animals or people are expected to die. By the coast, the harsh squawking or squabbling of seagulls can usually be heard as they fight over food. Hyenas are often described as laughing. A group is called a pack of hyenas, a type of lapping associated with witches. How about the moody of Margaret's or sour of Susan's? Hedgehogs are the only British wild animal with spines. A group of them is called the pickle of hedgehogs. Desert-dwelling meerkats may look cute, but they live in groups of between 20 to 50, and at dinner time they form a massive mob of meerkats as they hunt for food. Rhinos can run at 48 kilometers an hour, but they can't see very far. Can you imagine what could happen if a crush of rhinos suddenly had to stop? Even though they only eat grasses, hippos are the third heaviest land animal of elephants and rhinos. They are known as a flock of hippos. A flutter of butterflies is the perfect name when a group of butterflies fly by you. Only the gentlest flirting sound can be heard. In the evening light, a cloud of bats can sometimes be seen diving for insects in the sky. Quickly, questions and answers. Question: are dragons real? Answer: no, but the world's biggest lizards, Camo dragons, come closer to the mystical, fire-breathing ones from stories. They don't have wings or fire breath, but they do have 60 jagged teeth up to 2.5 centimeters long, a furious bite, strong claws, and mouth dripping with viscous slime. Question: can mice be green? Answer: yes. In 1997, scientists in Japan took the chemicals that make some jellyfish glow in the dark green and put it into mouse's eggshell. The result was glowing green mice. Question: is the Loch Ness monster real? Answer: who knows? When a photo of Nessie was published in the Daily Mail on 21 list April 1934, everyone was obsessed with finding the monster. 60 years later, the photographer admitted that he had fakened the picture by using wood and plastic powder by the clockwork toy submarine. Visitors still flock to Loch Ness, and many claim to have caught a glimpse of the creature. Sightings have died down over the years, and no real advance has ever been found, so it may always be a mystery. Question: did the Kraken sea monster ever exist? Answer: no. In the mid-18th century, Norwegian sailors feared a great beast called a kraken, which they believed would come up from ocean depths, pull their ship apart, and eat them one by one. But the legend most likely comes from sighting of giant squid, like the one caught alive in 2007 in Antarctic, which weighed half a ton and was 40 meters long. Question: are zoos the best place to see wild animals? Answer: most of the time, but when two zebras died in 2009 at the Maryland Zoo in Asia, the zoo didn't have enough money to replace them, so they painted donkeys to look like their stripy cousins using masking tapes and black hair dye. Question: can animals from different species ever be friends? Answer: yes. bear, Shere Khan the tiger, and Liu the lion were all rescued in 2001 when they were 3 months old. They grew up together at the North Ark Animal Rescue Center in Guerrilla, Georgia, USA. They were still great friends, eating, sleeping, and even playing fighting together. Question: are penguins ticklish? Answer: yes. In 2011, a tiny penguin called Cookie became an internet star after he had a fit of high-pitched giggle when his handler tickled him at Cincinnati Zoo in the USA. Question: what is Bigfoot? Answer: in 1950, there were reports of a mystery hairy beast ruling the wilderness of North America, leaving large footprints behind it. No teeth, no hair, or bones had ever been found, and only advance that has been a film shot in 1967, which many people believe it to be fake. In it, Bigfoot looks rather like a human wearing a gorilla suit. Question: do different animals even help each other? Answer: yes. In Poland in 2010, Barks the boxer dog had an accident which left him blind. He was befriended by a goose called Button, who today leads the dog everywhere, hanging onto him with her neck or honking to tell him which way to go. Bark's owner said that the dog and goose are inseparable and even chase the policeman together. Question: can animals go to university? Answer: yes. When 18th century poet Lord Byron started at Cambridge University, he was annoyed to be told he could not take his dog with him. Instead, according to some of the other students, Byron brought a tame bear which stayed with him until he granded. Question: do camel spiders actually eat camels? Answer: no. During the Equal War of 2003, there were photos of camel spiders half the size of humans and stories of them eating camels and even soldiers. But the photos were faked and the story weren't real. Camel spiders are still quite scary though, the size of a human fist, and kill large lizards, birds, and can run at 10 miles an hour. Sleepiest, slimiest, smelliest. It's always the fastest, the biggest, and the brainiest who win the world. But what about the sleepiest, the slimiest, and the smelliest? Sleepiest. When it gets cold outside, Arctic squirrels from North America snuggle into cold burrows and settle into a deep winter sleep for a full 6 months. Yum! Even lazy Linda couldn't sleep that long. Slimiest, hedgehog. Joe's boneless deep sea creature can produce up to 8 liters of slime. That's 4 big bottles of fizzy whiz in just a few minutes when they are attacked. Slowest swimmer. At only 2.5 centimeters long, dwarf seahorses move about to a 30 centimeters per minute, and that's when they are in a hurry. Smelliest. Striped polecats from Africa, also called dorella, squirt out such a sticky spray from under their tails that foremost from any predator, gorillas scared of lions and raptors by simply raising their tails and threatening to spray. Noisiest land animal. Wild blue whale get the award under the sea. On land, the howler monkey of Central and South America are the loudest, and South America are the loud. Their ear-piercing screech echoed across the forest, and they can be heard from nearly 5 kilometers away. Heaviest teeth. Elephants win the award for their overgrown gnashers. An old male elephant can have trunks that are up to 3 meters long, taller than a man, and weigh up to 10 and 100 kilograms each. Longest tooth. Norway's from Arctic just beat elephants for the prize because their long tooth or trunk can be over 3 meters long. Their trunks grew from their nose in a long point, and it spread like a corkscrew, giving this whale the nickname unicorn of the sea. Laziest. Sea creatures called barnacles attach themselves to rock or ships when they are babies and grow a hard outer shell. Then they stay in the same place, never moving, for the rest of their lives. Biggest eyes. Giant squid can see in the dark depth of the ocean with their enormous eyes, which are more than 25 centimeters across, the size of a dinner plate. Most brainiest jellyfish and starfish are joint winners because they don't have any brain at all, just like Leafy bird. I don't know. Biggest bird horn. South American horned scramble have a long spiny beak measured up to 15, which stick up from their heads above their beaks. Prickliest. Porcupines have more than 25,000 spines, which can be up to 30 centimeters long. The sharp tips stick into flesh and are painful to pull out. Googly eye. Chameleons have 2 long, big, boggling eyes with scary cone-shaped eyelids. Each eye can move on its own, so chameleon can look into 2 directions at once, perfectly for spotting tasty insects to eat and keeping watch for enemies at the same time. Bye! Bye! Again.